Hello, everybody. At this time, we are talking about budget planning. Budget planning is the process of creating an expectation for business spending over a specific period. Often, that period is the coming financial year, but it's also common to break annual budgets down into quarters and months as well. Creating a budget is about designing a financial roadmap that outlines your expected income, expenses, and resource allocation, helping you manage cash flow, set priorities, align spending with strategic goals, and create accountability within departments. And then we move to advantages of budgetary planning. Some of the key advantages of budgetary planning are: the first, financial discipline. Budgetary planning helps organizations track income and expenses to avoid overspending. It also ensures that funds are allocated efficiently for operations and investments. Second, continuous improvement. Regular budget reviews allow for adjustment and process optimizations to enhance the overall performance of the business. Third, goal setting. Budgetary planning aligns financial resources with short-term and long-term business goals. By doing so, it provides a clear roadmap for departments and teams to follow. Fourth, cash flow management. Budgetary planning helps businesses anticipate cash shortage and plan for financing needs. And fifth, performance evaluation. Budgetary planning establishes benchmark to compare actual versus budgeted performance. This can be used to hold managers and employees accountable for meeting financial budgets. And then, how does budget planning work? Typical methods include establishing goals and objectives, developing a comprehensive budget, updating and assembling the budget model, having the budget committee analyze and approve the budget, and promoting communication among senior management. A flowchart that, despite the relationships between one's daily income and expenses, is an example of a budget plan. By creating a budget, you may be able to decrease needless spending and improve your financial status. Observing the impact of simple budget tweaks may allow you to supplement your savings or debt repayment. A budget plan is a document that details how much money will be spent on a project and when it will be spent. These details have been put into the budget for this term. Expected incomes in a budget plan implies an organization's estimated future earnings in monetary terms. And then we move to the most crucial types of budgeting. Different budgeting types or models to develop an appropriate action plan and achieve the organization's financial and operational objectives. There are a brief overview of these types. The first type's main budgeting. The first type of budgeting collects the budgeting of all departments within the organization. It uses senior management to plan the company's activities and business and to shape the composition of the final general budgeting. And then the second type, fixed budgeting, designated as an estimate of income and expenditure that remains constant throughout the year. This budgeting meets regardless of whether sales increase or decrease. The fixed budgeting established by some educational institutions is a good example, covering all its activities during the year, not exceeding the established amount framework. And then third, operating budgeting. This budgeting shows the amount of disbursement and net income likely to occur in the company during a given time. It helps to verify the continuity of implementing the financial plan items. And then fourth, work budgeting. This type of budgeting relates to planning the required workforce within the company. It aims to achieve the goals and future visions of the company. It also helps you allocate all employees' expenses. And then fifth, cash flow budgeting. Cash budgeting allows estimating funds in and out of business during a given time. It helps to assess the company's financial liquidity, level of financial planning, and analysis. And then we move to budget planning strategies. The first strategies, we have to make summary of the company's partial budgets. One of the goals of a coherent budgeting process is to consolidate all the company's partial budgets into one coherent whole to make it easier to manage the company's money later. In this step, you should identify the individual areas to which financial resources are located and determine what the situation has been like so far. And then the second strategies or steps, data acquisition. Data is the foundation of the budgeting process. It may seem obvious, but at this stage, it is important to carefully collect information regarding past financial performance and forecasts of future events and trends. This is a key step or strategies enabling reliable budget planning. Without proper preparation, even the smartest budget allocation will not be measurable. And then the third strategy or steps, setting goals. Based on the collected data and analysis of the environment like market situation and competition analysis, you can define the goals and the strategies you want to achieve within a specific time. This strategic planning will shape your next budgeting steps or strategies. And then fourth, determining the budget. Based on the information you have gathered and your goals, you can start creating a budget. At this stage of strategies, you can allocate funds for various purposes. It is important to take into account operating costs, employee earnings, as well as marketing activities and investments. And then fifth, budget approval. After preparing the budget, it must be approved usually by the company's management board or other decision-making bodies. If the company is small, there is a good chance that you, the person responsible for budgeting, must also accept the assumptions of budget allocations. In such situation, it is worth scheduling a budgeting consultation before approval. And then 6. Implementation, control, and evaluation. After the budget is approved, it is implemented and systematically monitored. The progress of implemented tasks is monitored by carrying out preliminary, ongoing, and final inspections which enlist quick response to any deviations from the assumed plan. And then finally, 7th, reporting. The final stage or strategies of the budgeting process is reporting. Regular reports containing budget results enable you to track progress in achieving your goals and are essential if you want to make decisions on an ongoing basis based on real data. I think it is enough. Thanks for watching.